Good morning. Today we are learning lesson number 1, a letter to God. It's a very simple story of a farmer whose name was Lancho. He has a deep faith in God, and that's why whenever he needed for money, he wrote a letter to God that he want 100 pesos. When he write the letter to post office, the postmaster, who was very kind person, read the letter and he collected money from his colleague, his employees, and give it to Lencho back. When Lencho come on next Saturday to collect his money, he found that the money was less than he asked. So he again write a letter to God that, Dear God, I got the money what you sent to me, but I got less than I want. So I requested you, now don't send money from this postmaster, from this post office, because they take the money. So basically it is an irony story of a farmer. Let's see the story in deep. A letter to God. First of all, we see the hard words of this lesson. Crest. It means top of a hill. Trap. It means covered. Locusts. Insects which fly in big swarm. The house, the only one in the entire valley. It means there is no another house in this area. Set on the crest top of the hill. Low hill. It means it is not mountain, it is not the high hill. It is a low hill. On that the Lencho lived. From this height, one could see the river. There is a river around his house. And the field of ripe corn dotted with flowers. The ripe corn dotted with flower, it means the crop is ready to cultivate it, to harvest. That always promised a good harvest. The crop is almost ready. The only thing the earth needed was downpour. It means there is a needed rain with which the crop is fully ready, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his field intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky toward northeast. At the morning time, Lencho was look out his field, and he showed that when the crop is ready, his desire also fulfilled. Now, we are really going to get some water, woman. He said to his wife that now they need a water. The woman who was preparing supper replied, Yes, God willing. He replied to Lancho that if God willing, they get the water by the rain, from the rain. At that time, their older boys are working in the field and the smaller boys are playing near his house. until the woman called them all, come for dinner. The Lencho's wife called his children for dinner. It was during the meal that when they are taken their meal, at that time, just as Lencho had predicated at the morning that maybe the rain come today, a big drops of rain began to fall. In the east, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet, the symbol of rain, are seen by the family. The men went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, these aren't raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. It means he compared the raindrops with the coin money. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5. He compared the raindrops, the big raindrops are compared with the 10 pesos. And the little one, it means the little raindrops are compared with the 5 ones. The desired are compared with the raindrops. That shows how they are eager for the rain, how they are waited for the rain. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers, draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly, a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, when a large hailstone began to fall. It's like that. You wrote the answer in the examination. You know all the answer, but when you come at that question, you didn't read it. What's your feeling at that kind? The Lencho's feeling is like that. He was very eagerly waiting for the rain. The rain also come, but at the same time, the wind started to blow hardly, and he has predicated that the hailstorm may become. Hailstorm began to fall. It means the snowfall. This truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, run out to collect the frozen pearls. The hailstorm, the snow, is compared with the frozen pearls. And the boys of Lencho going out in his field to collect their pearls. It's really getting bad now, but Lencho was worried now. He said that if the hailstorm is continuing, it's very bad for them. Exclaimed the man. I hope it passes quickly. At the same time, he hoping for the best that if it passes quickly, it doesn't matter, but if it's not so, the crop would be destroyed. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained the house. Everything would be destroyed at that time if the hailstorm would not stop. The garden, the hillside, the cornfield that he cultivated, on the whole valley, the field was white as if covered with salt. Here, as if, you know what is as if? As if is a supposition. When you want to compare things or a person with another, as if used. When you want to compare two persons with the singular pronoun, where is used? I show you an example. I gave you an example. Shaurav played Here, Shaurav compared his with Sachin. Shaurav comparison of cricket is doing with Sachin as if used for a supposition, and with singular pronoun where is also used with this. Remind this rule that when you use as if, used where with singular pronoun also. Here, he compared the whole field with the salt field. It means there is the whole snow, the field covered with the whole snow. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The tree, leaves that said their leaves. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. There is no flower on the plant now. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. He was very disappointed at that time because whatever he seeks, whatever for desire is to be destroyed now, that cannot be fulfilled now. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his son, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this." It means if the locusts, one kind of insects which are in big swarm, come into the field and they take the crop of that field, it cannot be destroyed, which hailstorm do it now. The hail has left nothing. This year, we will have no corn. That night was a sorrowful one. He was very disappointed, and so he told his children that all our work for nothing. The whole year they worked hard for this crop, and now nothing to be remained. There was no one who can help us. It means there is no relatives of him who could help him. We will all go hungry this year. He predicated about his future that, he told about his future that this year would be very hard for them. So, let's see some question. What did Lencho hope for? Lencho hoped for a good rain. Why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? Because he compared the raindrops with his desire, with his fulfillment, with his dreams. That's why new coins. He get money from these raindrops. That's why he said that it's are not raindrops, but they are the new coins. How did the rain change? The rain changed into hailstorm. What happened to Lencho's field? The Lencho's field covered with like a salt, covered with snow and looked like a salt field. What were Lencho's feeling when the hail stopped? When the hail stopped, Lencho was feeling so disappointed. He went to the middle of the field and he told to his children that his hard work going to be destroyed. No one could help him now, and this year they will going to be hungry. Let's see the lesson further. What happened with Lencho again? Let's see what happened with Lencho ahead. At last night he was very disappointed because the hailstorm destroyed his field. Now what happened? Let's see. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house, it means the houses are not in a row, like not in a quarters. But there are solitary houses, some are that corner, some are that corner. In the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. Everybody now only hope on the God. Don't be so upset. Even though he seems like a total loss, it means they lost everything. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. into the night, Lencho thought only his hope, the help of God. Now he has only one help to be expected from the God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's consciousness. Do you know what is consciousness? It means an inner sense of right and wrong. What is right and what is wrong? Wrong. That sense is called conscience. We are said that he is unconscious. It means he has no sense what is right and what is wrong. Some are conscious. It means he has a sense what is right and what is wrong. He has sense to recognize true and false. It is conscience and unconscious. The opposite word of conscience is unconscious. Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the field. But still, he knew how to write. It means he is not illiterate person. He was not illiterate person. He knew how to read and how to write. The following Sunday, at the daybreak, he began to write a letter, which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. He was nothing less than a letter to God. At the Sunday, he started to write a letter to God. In that, he want to write his feeling. He want to write his disappointment. He wrote, God, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again. It means he is ready to work hard again. He is not running from the work hard, but he wants some pesos for cultivating his field again, to sow his field again, and to live until the crop come. Because the hailstorm, there is ... It means he writes the whole story, whatever happened with him the last night. The hailstorm destroyed his field, and now they have no money to survive the whole year, to cultivate his field again, and there is ... to show his uncompleteness. What is peso? Let's. Peso, it means currency of several Latin American countries. In our country, the currency is rupees. In American country, in some part, peso is used. In London, there is dollar or a pound. That kind of currency, a Latin American currency, is known as the peso. It means it is also identified that Lencho was from Latin America. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. How to go into town? How to post the letter into town? He has a trouble. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. The postmaster opened the envelope and he said that to his employees that somebody write a letter to God. And they all are laughing. Who is the foolish person to write a letter? Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, how he looked the postmaster? Affect, amiable. Amiable, it means a person who is very friendly. It is called amiable, pleasant. Felt amiable fellow. Also broke out laughing. But almost immediately, he turned serious and tapping the letter on his desk. Commented, what a faith! How he has a deep faith on the God. I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter. He also wished that whatever faith Lencho had on a God, if he wished, starting up a correspondence with God. So in order not to say writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. He has an idea at that time. He should answer a person who wrote the letter to God. And that's why. But when opened it, it was evident that to answer, he needed something more than goodwill. Ink and paper. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave a part of his salary. The postmaster collected money from his employees. He also put some money as from his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity, one kind of donation. Charity means give something or some money with a noble cause. It is called charity. Now, the postmaster also did some like that. He collected money from his employees. He also give some money as a part of his salary. He also take the money from his friends. And now he collected the money. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos which Lencho asked, which Lencho demanded from the God. So he was able to send the farmer only little more than half. He could not collect the 100 peso which was demanded by the Lencho, but he collected half, more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho and with a letter connecting. Oh, only a sign, only a single word as a signature word. He didn't write anything except a word, and the word is only God. He put the money on the envelope and write only a word, and the word is God. It means it was given by the God. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter from him for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the connectment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. Lencho showed not a slightest surprise on seeing the money. When he opened the envelope, he was not surprised. He has a good faith on the God that God give him money today. Such was his confidence. His confidence so how he had a deep faith on the God. But he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake. Nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. He think himself that God had never made a mistake. It means whatever he demanded, God sent him. Immediately Lencho went up to the window to the ask for paper and ink. It means he want to write again to the God. On the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling his brow. It means he was very angry at that time, caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he linked and then affixed the envelope with a blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. He asked for 100 pesos and the postmaster could collected only 70 pesos. So he said to God that, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. It means 30 pesos taken by the postmaster. Send me the rest since I needed it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are bunch of crook. Rancho said to the god again. So it's a story of irony and as well as a deep faith of a person in God. Thank you.